Champions League week. I hope you all are excited for
Little
that.
Galatasaray.
Drink one. Atletico Madrid. Got Liverpool, Marseille.
I've always loved their jerseys.
What?
Galatasaray.
It's also just a cool word to say.
It is, but also like their color scheme is so different.
Yeah, it's like orange
and maroon.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just pops.
I just like saying Galatasaray.
It's fun.
It is fun.
It's fun.
Where are they? They are Greek, correct?
No, Galatasaray is Turkish.
Turkish. My bad. Duh, I know that.
That's almost as fun as saying Scal Labissiere.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you want to talk about one of the nicest humans in the history of the game? Scal.
It's like, why do I think of the country Turkey and think of the color orange?
Which is weird because their flag's red.
It is true, yeah.
Yeah.
Turkey.
Yeah.
Turkey? How do you say it now? It's like it's not Czech Republic, it's Czechia.
It's a Czech Republic and Turkey.
Turkey has now become, I think it's Turkey.
We're white. We're American. It's Turkey.
Well, it's Iran. Do you know that it's Iran and not Iran?
Yeah, I know.
Tyler Adams taught me that.
Because
they are Iranian.
Yes.
Not Iranian. You are not Italian. You are Italian.
There's a Middle Eastern comic that came through when I was in Afghanistan, USO. He always used to tell the joke about how white people say Iraq or Iraq and Iran. He goes, "It's not I threw a rock and I ran."
That feels like
that line
middle school geography
dude,
teacher.
That line has lived rent free since 2004.
You don't throw a rock and I ran.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was like, yeah, no, that makes sense. I get that. Okay. Yeah. It's one of those phonetic things that just stays in your head, especially if you're me and like you hadn't laughed at anything in 8 months.
I had a high school teacher. My high school Spanish teachers used to always say, "You have the wrong accent on the wrong syllable."
Yeah, there you go.
Everybody knows that line.
We're rolling too many R's.
Yeah, exactly. We're having a Blazer conversation here. That's kind of league-wise, but I'd like to bring it into the Blazers here for a little bit, talking about guys on two-way deals. And for the Blazers, the two-way deal guys are Caleb Love and Sidi Sissoko, who, as we talked about, have been decent contributors to this team, some by necessity and some kind of just by playing their way into it, especially of late. And I'm looking at you, Caleb Love. Once their time runs out, a decision needs to be made.
Yes.
Now, for the Blazers situation currently, you're probably looking at guys.
The roster's full. You have 15 guys.
So you would have to cut players if you wanted to keep them.
You would have to trade somebody out and not receive a player in return.
So I would say that the candidates, whether they're valid or not, the names that would get thrown around would be Chris Murray, Duop Reith, Ryan Rupert, Blake Wesley. Is Javante Cook on a two-way deal?
He's two-way. He's two-way.
Okay,
yeah.
That's what I thought. I think those four guys, would you throw in Matisse Thybulle?
So here's the...
I don't really want to throw in Matisse Thybulle.
Here's kind of where I think this would go. I think your most likely guy in that is probably Wap.
Okay.
And I don't say that in a way like I want to get rid of Wap.
I know you like Duop.
Dude, I love that dude as a human, man. He is just such an awesome dude. I mean, to be honest, that entire locker room is that way. But if you're looking at it, you're probably looking at Wap first.
Mm-hmm. You're not worried about his potential center depth?
No, because I think with what you've got right now, how frequently does he play?
Yeah, not very often. I mean, you can bring Young in if you need to.
And you have Rob.
You got Time Lord. And Klingon has
been
shown
pretty damn durable.
And has shown the minutes are a lot better than they were last year. Yeah.
I would probably put Roops, or this is where I would go with this, is probably Tease. Just because his contract is expiring. Mm-hmm. So I think that's probably like you can send out an expiring deal and take back a second round pick or something along those lines. I think those are probably the two most likely, because you can sit here like people like, oh, what about Roops? I'm like, yeah, probably, but he's also a 6'8" plus 20-year-old wing who's when you're looking
on a rookie contract,
and when you're looking at guys and trying to figure out like, is a guy gonna pop?
Rookie second round contract,
and that's the thing. So it's like one of those things where it's like, if you think Roops is going to continue to develop, even if it's slow, like even if he just turns into just a general role player, do you want to have that guy, or do you want to? Are you more looking at City right now? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's kind of one of those things.
Well, let me ask you. I mean, would you rather have City and Caleb Love than any of those other names? Or is it like, thanks for coming, we really appreciate that, good luck down the road?
I think you're going to make some evaluations. That's what I think is going to happen.
And I don't know where that evaluation is, because let's remember, we don't want to jump too much on the fact that guard has been a lacking depth position.
Yeah, no.
Because in 6 months, 8 months from now, it is going to be a
Full.
loaded position with Drew fully healthy.
Drew, Dame,
we
and
assume
Scoot.
Dame and Scoot. Is Blake Wesley still in the picture?
And that's the thing is, like, Blake was such a huge part of what they were doing. That was the first, like, he played in the first 15 games, 16 games, and Blake's warming back up. Like I saw him, jogging into the locker room after going through a light workout and getting treatment and all those things. I'm like, hey man, how you doing? He looked at me and just smiled. He's like, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I'm like, you're moving pretty good. He's like, feeling pretty good.
A little S-eating grin on his face.
Oh, dude,
like,
you want to talk about a happy kid? To be honest, he wasn't when he got hurt.
Yeah,
I'm
sure.
It was the first time he's ever been hurt.
The only
I'm
player-
talking outside of like rolled ankle. He was like, I've never had anything like this happen before, and he was so impactful early on. Isn't that a guy you want to see?
totally.
Like, if you want to, like,
Well, especially on this team where I think attitude, chemistry, culture has really shifted.
and the tone
especially this season. I
Like-
don't know if it's Tiago. I don't know if it's an anti-Chauncey thing or what, or the emergence of Denny, something like that. But there's definitely a more positive kind of
Vibe.
vibe,
Yeah.
for lack of a better term.
Do you remember early in the season when Drew and Tease, or Tease and Blake, or Drew and Blake were on the floor at the same time? It was the Terror Twins.
Yeah.
How many interceptions? How many deflections? How many steals? How many times they've got 8-second violations? Like,
And Scoot and Dame are dying to be a part of that.
oh God, yeah. You know what? Here's a perfect time to do it. People saw the updates on Scoot. Scoot's running, but that he's not doing contact.
I read an update that told me nothing.
And if you listen to Tiago was very much like, we're being very careful with him. Everybody chill.
Sure. What would you do, Danny?
I think
it's hard for me not to. I don't know where I am on City. I might be
Yeah.
able to let City go.
See, I think
I kind of want to hold on to Caleb.
well, here's the thing. What's harder to find? 6'7" power wings who are role players?
Say no more.
Or
It's that.
guards.
It's that.
And that's when you're doing these kind of things, and it's not like I don't like Caleb or I like City more.
Right.
It's scarcity of asset.
Yeah, and a 6'7" wing. We all like to think they grow on trees.
Defensive-minded playmaker.
Hey, the Blazers could really use right now a 3 and D. Yeah, no S. Every team in the NBA would love a 3 and D.
Yeah, 6'7", 230, 235-pound wings who are strong as hell, who want to play defense, who are totally fine and capable and accepting of their role. Like, getting guys who not only believe but buy into their role and have and the thing about City's 21. Like, he's still young. Remember, the thing about Caleb is, and the reason why he's more experienced is he's 24.
He spent 3 years at North Carolina and then 1 year at Arizona, or is it 2 and 2?
I think it's 2 and 2 or 3.
He might have redshirted too.
Yeah, I think
for
he was
all
a
I know.
5-year guy, if I remember right.
I don't know. It's a tough decision that I definitely don't envy Joe Cronin in. I mean, the benefit is you have options.
As we get closer to the trade deadline, things will kind of like I don't. Well, the Blazers are like Robert Williams III is available. Like that's something that's out there.
I think that's been known since he got here.
Jeremy is available-ish in the sense of like if the right deal came along, like they would move him, but they're not in a hurry to move him. That hasn't changed.
Well, and we've talked about this at length too for listeners out there, and I'll read some of your texts and YouTube comments on the other side. Yep, I lost it. Oh, Jeremy, for those of you that worry about his contract, worry about Drew's money, nobody else.
Just trade him for Cat.
Nobody else is making money.
Yeah.
So like those contracts, you have to fill your roster out. You have to fill your pay books, your accountant books out somewhere. Those aren't bad contracts. Now, if
they could as they get older. Like if Drew gets older,
if all of a sudden Denny needs a max deal and Klingon needs a max deal and Shaden gets a max, then yeah, we're in trouble. But we're not there yet.
yeah, Shea's making $23 million. Two's making basically 20.
To be reactive now about what Jeremy might be in 2 years, what Drew might be in 2 years, I think is a little malicious.